that ride was so good. It's just dialed every time. It just brings me right back to that first ride and that first feeling that I got. Every time I'm stepping on that board, I'm kind of brought back to why I actually really enjoy this. It just reminds me of the flow I get from just going down to the street to grab the groceries to walking the dog. I mean, I even think Tara might like it better than I even like it. I just don't know how you could create something better. The Pint X is just encapsulated all of the boards in one. I mean, can we make it better?
Yeah, we can do that. Five years ago, we introduced the world to Pint, which is the smallest, most affordable, most approachable Onewheel. A couple years later, we came out with Pint X, which doubled the range, added a little bit more top-end speed, and for a lot of us, it's our favorite board. Super versatile, you can pick it up and take it with you, and it's got plenty of power and speed for everyday riding. We've also obviously been working on a lot of high-end products, the Onewheel GTS series, which pushes the limit of what's possible. Today, we're bringing a little bit of that DNA into a special edition of the Pint. I think you're really gonna like it. Let's see what it can do. Introducing the all-new Pint S. Pint S takes the Pint X platform and maximizes what it can do. Tyler and others have been bugging us forever about making the most badass Pint X we possibly can, tuning it up in the firmware department with higher top speed, maximizing the power output, and improving the ride feel, but keeping it within the small form factor. And that's what we've been able to do with the Pint S. Our design inspiration is really like the souped up hatchback that's just stanced out and aggressive, but still small. I've always loved the Pint platform because the challenge is how can you bake the core of the Onewheel experience into this compact form factor. And so with Pint S, we've got the new Performance Treaded Tire for Pint. We've developed the Performance Treaded Tire line on the GT platform, the GTS series, and it's been getting rave reviews. And so now we've been able to shrink that down to the Pint platform, and it is a game changer. You get grip, you get durability, you get a flexible sidewall, you get great cornering, but you also get passive stability, which really allows for the first time Pint to be what you want off-road.
Tire is my favorite thing about it, honestly. It's probably my favorite performance treaded variation.
Of all of them?
Yeah. It just handles like really well. And I'm riding at like 15 PSI, which sounds high, but it's smaller volume tire. And yeah, it's point and shoot, honestly.
Pint S includes from the factory the Pint Flared Footpads front and rear. These give you a larger foot surface and more tip and tail kick, which really keeps you locked in when you're riding, particularly in off-road scenarios. You also get 15% more sensor area on the front footpad, which really makes a difference in terms of staying engaged with the board and make it easy to just get on and go. Pint S also features the Mag Handle Pro that just makes it more comfortable to carry. That's been available as an upgrade for a while, but now it's available stock on the Pint S. So we've got the new tire, we've got the flared footpads, but what about the firmware? Obviously the firmware is really what dictates how a board rides, and with Pint S, we squeezed every bit of power and capability out of the Pint X platform. It has 2-mile-an-hour top speed increase over Pint X. Now that may not sound like a huge jump, but it's the same jump as between Pint and Pint X. And now we have 20-mile-per-hour top speed. That's actually the same as we used to have on our XR boards. So people that are familiar with that know that at 20 miles per hour, you are really unlocking the optimal cruising speed for a Onewheel. We've also brought some of the rideability improvements from the GT and GTS platform, such as improved landing and improved behavior over chatter, to the Pint platform for the first time. And you get to benefit from all these improvements in the new Pint S. Some other big news in the firmware department is that we're bringing some of custom shaping to the Pint platform for the first time. This is awesome if you're riding off-road, and also if you're riding tricks, and you can benefit from it just riding around as well. If you're a Pint X rider, I can understand if you're a little bit bummed out that now we're coming out with something better. Well, I have good news for you. All of these firmware improvements are going to be available via an over-the-air update for Pint X. So that means your Pint X just got a lot better.
Are you feeling the power difference?
Yeah, I am feeling the power difference. Never been like super comfortable getting pints airborne, and I can say that I'm getting really comfortable with it now. So that's exciting. And going through chatters, feeling really good. So similar to the GT update, I would say, that stuff's kind of trickling down. It's applying to this board really well. To me, it feels somewhere between XR and GT, power-wise. The platform of it feels more like an XR because it's like lighter, a little more nimble. I'm hitting like multiple routes in a row, and it's not like dancing around under my feet. I can just hold my line, so that's very important, and makes it feel less like a toy and more like a, you steer it like a mountain bike or something,
If you're a pure play on trail shredding, you might love our GT, our GTS series products. Those people probably already know who they are. But if you're getting into Onewheel for the first time, you want to check this thing out, Pint S is an amazing starting point. We're happy to announce that Pint S is going to be available for just $1,400. That is the pinnacle of the Pint line, but there's a lot of other good options too. You've got the Pint X at $1,100, which includes these new firmware updates that we are announcing today. And you've got the Pint at just $750. So pick how much Pint you want, you're not going to regret it. With the Performance Treaded Tire and the all-black colorway, I'm super stoked with how this thing turned out. I think it's definitely the most badass pint we've ever created. And yeah, Tyler, here you go.
No way.